I'm not sure how much bearing it even has on my life, but I really like just watching video essays about random gaming topics. 1 second, my friend needs advice, so I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, I'm done with that. Some guy asking for... One of my friends asking for advice on Hypixel Skyblock, which is one of my favourite games ever. One of my most played games ever is basically a Minecraft modded server, essentially. Which one is it? I always forget. Boneyard. Damn it. It's the wrong one. Wrong one, brothers. We'll talk about video essays again in a second, but for now, more talking about how this series is going to work, even though it's a very not complicated thing. I mean, a little bit. Borderlands 2 is a complicated enough game. We're just farming for tubbies right now, which are a potential spawn. A number of different enemies can potentially spawn as tubbies instead, which are just really fat enemies that are, you know, stronger, more health, etc. And they have unique drops. Not quite as unique with the community patch, but it's mostly it's a good change, I think. Because there were, I don't know, there were some weird things in this game, like, oh god, this is tough. I have singularities though, so I can survive. Most skags do not have long range attacks, so we're pretty safe to just throw them around like this. And at some point I do want to do this with other characters as well. Ideally at some point we do every character. But for now we're starting with Axton, because as much as I didn't used to like him, he slowly turned into my main character over time. I'm not sure he's the character I'm best at, but he probably is. God, what was going on with that fossil skag? Hey guys, take one of these. Don't even know why I still have that revolver. Even on community patch. Oh, okay, that was an exceedingly bad set of events. Even on community patch, the balance of OP10 is maybe not bad, but it is decidedly much harder than it potentially could be. If that makes sense. Like, not that I don't like that it's difficult, but it had no real reason to be this difficult. I guess it's... See, I'd say it's kept people playing, but I'm not even sure that's true. I mean, a lot of people moved on to Borderlands 3 over time, and as much as I think it's a heavily flawed game, and not as good or fun as Borderlands 2, I can't blame them for moving on to it, because it is much more casual friendly. We're just going to go in the middle of these two guys. Turrets down. I might change my build at some point, just because it has been a while, so there might have been a few different niche skills that I haven't taken, or I have taken when I didn't need them, over other things. Okay, those guys showing up is not ideal. I don't have Metal Storm, I just realised. So that would be the first example of a skill I might want to change. Which is, Metal Storm is a kill skill. When you kill an enemy you get fire rate and recoil reduction. And it's very strong. So I'm not sure why I don't have a point in it. There it is. Should I get that instead of Battlefront? Probably not. Should I get that instead of Expertise? Yes. Instead of Overload? Probably. And obviously we could do a put in one more point in Ranger. They're all just minor bonuses, but it adds up. It stacks up to make give your DPS a bit of a bump. You know, does it affect your survivability that much? No, absolutely not, but for a damage skill it's not bad. We definitely need to respec and get Metal Storm. I feel like I've picked up and dropped like 6 different topics in this video. Oh, we can go drag what is he called? Bonehead. I knew it started with Bone, and I knew his gun's called Bone Shredder. But I just wasn't sure on the other details. No chubbies. Not too bad. I mean, our damage when things are slagged and we have the Herald on them, not much they can do to stand up to it, but okay, I thought you jumped over, but apparently not. We might be in a spot of trouble here. Let's get you moved away from the gate. I mean, we're just really struggling a little bit. Like, with no gear. Like, what do we have at the moment? Pretty much just an unkempt Herald. And that's our entire setup. Which is not really always going to fly on the highest difficulty of the game. But we should be okay here. Okay, he didn't drop the Shredder Fire, which is one of his drops. I am going to save and quit. And then we're going to pause the video here while I go and respec quickly. Okay, I think this is the new build we're going to go with. We've ditched the points in expertise, the points in overload. We've moved them to Metal Storm and Ranger. That's pretty much the only change. We don't have Onslaught. We don't have Onslaught capped out anymore. And we don't have points in Crisis Management anymore. Just because we have... Axton has so many shield skills that are so good. Willing is incredible just by itself. You know, pressure helps a little bit, quick charge helps a little bit, forbearance helps a little bit. Oh, and Phalanx Shield on unofficial community patch and preparation. He just has an incredible amount of shield skills. They're not going to be down that often. So we're not going to benefit from the gun damage, and we don't need the damage reduction. We're going to do one more Tubby run. I've gone to the wrong place again, man. I'm so sick of myself, brother. Let's go kill Hunter Hellcrest quickly. I always forget, he was named after one of the... He was named after one of the people in charge of Borderlands 2. Or in charge of Gearbox, I don't know. Something Hellcrest. I don't know his first name, obviously, but that's just what we're going to have to live with. And we can trap him in and just mow him down. B? No B shield, which is a shame, and nothing else usable either. So we're just going to leave that as save quit. We don't really... I mean... To me, the B has always been a raid boss shield. Like, I don't understand using it outside of raid bosses. I really don't. Let's move some of these guns around. You don't even need to be equipped. You can do with being equipped. And we're not going to use either of you two. How are we looking? No tubbies. Let's go. I need to make sure that the... Okay, so I was looking for a list that I could use to kind of check off things as we find them. And I did find one, but I just kind of need to go over it before I show you guys it. So that'll probably be, I don't know, episode 4 or something. I'll bust it out. It's not going to be too relevant before then because we won't have a large amount of gear yet. That is a quad. There we go. turret's down, so I don't die. Dude! Okay. Could have done with that singularity going off a little bit quicker. Quads are not overly special on Axton, I've always found, but they are fun to use, even if they don't necessarily do any damage without proper aiming and slag. Where'd you guys go? You jumped up. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's just a little bit pitiful. Beautiful. Everything's dead, we move on. The farming route for here, I mean, we could go kill Saturn, but I really don't fancy killing an OP10 Saturn with basically starting gear. Okay, could have done with you not doing that, to be honest, mate. Let's set up turrets here. High ground, spread them out a bit, get them in the middle. Harold on one. And you can see the fire rate difference instantly with Metal Storm. Even though we are using a double penetrating Harold, so the fire rate really is lacking sometimes. Everything dead? No interesting drops? Come on dude, you can make it. There you go. Reclaim the turrets, move on. Pay a moment of respect to TK Baha. And moving on. At some point, the ultimate end game of this series, obviously, is resetting and running through the whole game at OP10. But that's not going to be... I mean, it takes minimum, like, tens of hours to get a character properly geared. And obviously, even then, there's, like, a lot of stuff that's niche or very hard to farm. And yeah, obviously that stuff will take longer. If you're looking for a legitimately perfect character, even if you start at OP10 like I have here, you're probably looking... Yeah, you're definitely looking at hundreds of hours of playtime on one character. Like, mostly just for the Northfleet farming, I would imagine. If you wanted to get a Cobra, that would add on a lot of time as well. Since I literally don't know... I would be insanely surprised if anyone has ever farmed for a perfect Cobra, even after they made it more common. Come on. Just waiting for my turrets back up. I mean, there's nothing even here to fight. There's no tubbies, so... And we don't need XP. May as well just move into Bonehead. Let's get them moving around a bit so they have less time to shoot. Might go down here. It's possible. Our shield is extremely bad. And so is our class mod. Which are kind of the main things that contribute to survivability, I would imagine. Oh, and Relic. Relic obviously helps. We don't have a Relic, do we? Oh, there's a Bone Shredder. I mean, that's superior to a random green Jacob sniper, so... Nothing interesting. There's a chest back here. There could be relics in it. Potentially. I guess. Or a bit of class. Oh, there is relics in it. And straight away we get a 30% shock relic, which is actually really frickin' good. If we had an explosive relic... Oh, man. Axton comes into a whole nother level with an explosive damage relic. He really does. But for now, shock will do. Let's just go finish off these skags. What is there? 2 left? Couple more. I mean, we might get a tubby spawn after we kill them and free up. That was an insane turnaround that guy just did. Oh my god. I think we got killed by a ricochet turret bullet. And that's them all dead. Nothing interesting dropped from him, but for now, we'll just leave it there. Here's our gear. The shock damage relic is really the only thing we found. I mean, Bone Shredder and the quad too, but these are... Oh, the Unkempt Herald's only OP9 as well, so at some point we'll have to fix that. As it stands though, that's going to have to be it for now. I'll see you guys later. Good night.